It's me. It's DDP right here on the set.
And I have been going from place to place.
You have been. In fact, I feel bad. He was eating a salad over there. I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, we were supposed to have you at 3. Your schedule ran long. Our schedule ran a little long. We can get you right now. I had to have him on.
You're lucky he didn't body slam you.
Well, no, we need to give a diamond cutter to you.
No. Yeah.
No.
He'll kill
diamond
me.
cut his ass.
He'll kill me.
No more diamond cutters for me. But that tell you what, that's a lie, because when Cody did the All-In show that they did in Chicago, Cody Rhodes, he said, you got one more in you?
You always do.
I said, for you, I do. Cody's Dusty's son. And
weren't you at Royal Rumble in Philly a couple of years ago?
Yep, I was there.
I was there. And, he comes out, what are you, like, almost?
No, I'm 60, going to be 63.
Almost 65, I was going to say. He comes out in Philly, place goes nuts, diamond cutting people.
Right.
And the first one was Cody. Cody Rhodes. First one was Cody. He texted me before I was on my way there, and no one knows except for the guys you're in the ring with, and they keep it covered over. They don't let anybody see till you're right about to go out. And Cody knew I was the first one to hit him with a diamond cutter, and he wrote, very apropos that I would be the first to take the cutter.
Yeah. Can you, by the way, a lot of people may or may not be aware of the DDP Yoga, which you're doing something with the NFL now, which is huge.
Really cool. Really cool.
That a lot of these guys that you see on your TV are still able to do this because of some of the stuff. But the story of it you just said that nobody knew. How the hell do they hide, in this day and age, how do they hide you? When, wrestling is this unique thing of guys coming back for these events, and then it's supposed to be a mega surprise, and they got to hide these guys all day long.
Well, they put them in a bus. They cover you up when you take you from the car to the bus. They don't fly you into that airport. They flew me into Jersey when I was going to be in Philly.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And what was funny was we were doing the resurrection of Jake the Snake out at Slam Dance, where they have Sundance and Slam Dance Film Festival. And I flew back. No one knew I left Park City. So they're having this big party. Because have you guys seen the Resurrection of Jake the Snake yet?
Yes, I have.
Well, we were showing, it was screening there originally in 2014. And nobody knew, not Jake, not Scott, anybody. My wife, it was my girlfriend at the time, she knew. And a handful, nobody else in the whole party knew. Nobody knew. So I show up, and the whole party goes crazy. My throat, because I'm here talking so much, I was talking so he's got it. The doctor said he can't get out of his room. He's taking throat coat. He's just going to be home. And when I showed up there for the Royal Rumble, the place went crazy, and 3 diamond cutters out of nowhere, one explosion after the other. And then I'm just praying to God, can I get over that top rope and land on the ground and not tear my knee out? That's what I was praying for.
Yeah, I was there that night.
Now, this Radio Row, Diamond Dallas, you've been around making the rounds, and you're seeing a lot of radio guys that could all benefit from your program. I'm not pointing out Mike and Jim, but I'm saying myself too, myself included. Talk a little bit about the program and how you help people.
Well, let me give you how it happened. Because it's not like I just said, I'm going to develop my own yoga program for people who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga. It was necessity. I'm the guy who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga the first 42 years of my life. But I didn't start wrestling until I was 35.
Right.
My career took off when I was 40, as in years old. And that was 1996. 97 and 98, I was on top of the world, signed a multi-million-dollar deal, and then I blew my back out. Enter, I will do anything to get back in that ring. Enter yoga through my wife at the time.
Your ex-wife is the credit for all this?
She gets all the credit for it, yep.
Man.
So I started doing it, and I couldn't figure out the modifications at first because I didn't do that. So I had to figure it out, and in 3 weeks, figuring out modifications, I started to feel a significant difference. I knew something was happening, but it wasn't giving me everything.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing rehab, and I'm learning to rehab for my back, but I've been both surgeries on my knees, both surgeries on my shoulder. I rehab them back.
Scar tissue.
Yeah, so I know a lot about that and breaking up scar tissue. So I mixed the yoga positions with the rehabilitation techniques. Then I threw in old school calisthenics, push-ups, squats, crunches. done with a slow burn movement because I had to. Then I threw in something I call dynamic resistance. Think time under tension. Like if you see yoga, they reach their arms to the heavens so the universe smiles back at them.
Right.
We're not doing that. I've got you flexing your quads, flexing your glutes. When I reach out and grab the ball, like look at this, Mike. When I open my fingers wide, see all the muscles that get on?
This gentleman, by the way, he said he's 63.
Yeah.
He's ripped.
Oh, he's ripped.
Because this is all I do. And when I'm pulling
salad over here, he's doing this.
But I still eat healthy garbage. Like if I'm eating cookies.
Well, healthy garbage? Hey, tell us what that is.
Gluten-free cupcakes or coconut ice cream as opposed to regular ice cream.
I've tried that before.
When
I go on my kicks, see, this is the thing. I got to mix in what you got. I get in these mindsets when I try to eat and don't, have the right. And I tried this coconut ice cream, and I got to get something that gets me.
Well, there's one right now called Not a Moo, and it's pretty damn good. But you have to understand something, bro. With all the garbage you've eaten, you have to start eating. When you start eating, like just use an example, Not a Moo.
Yeah.
You're not. Well, no, it's not bad. Then you eat it again and go, yeah, it's pretty good. And then you eat it again, you go, damn. This shit's good. But your body wants you to put healthy food in you.
Right. Yeah.
So back over to dynamic resistance. So I'm opening my fingers as wide as I can, and I'm creating my own resistance. And the reason why I do that is every time you flex or engage a muscle, your heart has to beat faster to get the blood to the muscle. So I've got you hulking it up. Attention, shoulders back, chest out. You're not going to see that.
Picture of that one so everyone can see how ripped this guy is.
But you're not going to see that in any yoga class.
Right.
So what I created by accident was a kick-ass cardiovascular workout that can dramatically increase your flexibility, strengthen your core at a different level. And here's why the NFL loves it so much. All of those reasons, but here's the main one. Minimal joint impact.
That's gigantic.
So when you can have a kick-ass cardiovascular workout where you're not running, how? Dynamic resistance. I was just working with Mark, who's a lieutenant colonel. He's got his own show here on Radio Row. He's a lieutenant colonel in the Army. And I had his heart rate. He walked in at 67, his heart rate, like athlete, 40 years old, athlete. Within 3 minutes, I had his heart rate up to 120. In 5 minutes, I had his heart rate, just to prove a point, up to 160. Now, he don't need to be that high. He's 40 years old.
Right.
He don't want to be that high. At one point, I got him up to 171 just to prove where I could take your heart rate. Because my app, my DDP Yoga Now app, you have a Bluetooth heart monitor. If you get that, which changes everything. It connects right to the app. It's telling you where you are at what number clicks per minute. And at the end of it, it's going to tell you how much you weren't in the zone, or over the zone. So it becomes competitive with you.
Yeah.
So it makes you work harder. But again, you couldn't do some of my more advanced workouts starting, but I've also got workouts that start in bed. Like you can't get out of bed?
That's where I do most of my workouts right now.
Now you knew you were just opening the door there.
I know, but I let it get set up. But now let's go back to the guy who really can't get out of bed.
Right.
Okay? And it helps him get out of bed and get in a chair.
Well, your first guy who's like the guy in your first video, how much weight did that guy lose?
You're talking about the disabled veteran, Arthur Moorman?
Yeah.
Lost 140 pounds. More importantly, he lost 140 pounds in 10 months. He lost the knee braces, the back brace, and the wraparound canes, not just to walk but run. So once I figured out what to do for me, in less than 3 months, which today is now DDPY. Why again? Because I want people to stop calling it just yoga. It's DDPY. It will be the brand. But I was back in the ring in less than 3 months. At 42, they said my career's over. 43, I was a world champ. I would wrestle till I was 46, took off 2 years, came back at 49 just to show what my program could do. Now, was I the same guy at 42? Not really, but pretty damn good. Smoking beers, you couldn't tell. I know I wasn't as sharp as that guy.
Yeah, that's amazing. And one thing that we see, there's stages of getting healthy, right? There's completely a guy or a woman who can't get out of bed, that needs help, that needs to drop 60, 100 pounds.
Sure.
There are people that could lose 10 to 15 pounds. And then I feel like there are a majority of people out there that don't realize that they do need to lose 5 or 6. It's like the stubborn core midsection area where you can look ripped all over, but there's that little area.
The pouch. It's
exactly,
like a pouch.
Exactly. And I feel like as you were describing the core and the dynamic resistance, that just by default, no matter what you're doing, by working so many different muscle groups, you can't work multiple groups without your core, correct?
No, it's everything. Every piece of my workout is surrounded around core because, again, when I ruptured my L4 and L5 and had 3 doctors tell me I was never going to wrestle again, it's how am I going to strengthen my back? Your core. Everything I'm doing is surrounded around that. Well, how's it going to help this or how's it going to help that? It's going to help everything because I'm constantly focusing on breaking up scar tissue in your knees, in your back, in your hips. Because once you break up that scar tissue, now you can strengthen.
Well, to show you how, legit and how much this works, you're working with the NFL now with current and former players. I mean, so this shows that they've bought into the results you've had in the sports entertainment world, and they're saying, we need you to work with our guys.
But I also got like Kyle Richardson, who's the president of the chapter up in Baltimore for the Ravens. He does it, and he does it 4 or 5 days a week, and he's like addicted because he feels great again. So he turns Andrew Bolton, who's the president down here for the Falcons. Yeah. He starts doing it now. Bart Oates, who's the man.
Sure.
Yeah. For him to get behind
he
it.
He is the man.
Well, he is the man. And
I met him last year in Minnesota. He's the man. Bart Oates,
former Giant, former Niner, right?
Let me tell you, I've seen a lot of the documentary stuff you did with Scott Hall and trying, all the stuff there, and it's just amazing to see how much transformation these guys you work with. You're an inspiration to the people, man.
Well, that's
which is why I had to walk over and interrupt you while you're eating your salad. You see a guy that can change people's lives. You walk up and eat and interrupt him eating the salad.
Again, it's the greatest thrill. I've had 20,000 people chanting my name as loud as it can be, and I swear to you, it's way cooler. And that was the coolest thing ever.
How about that?
Until I started helping people and watching their lives change. I have a guy named Vance Hines. He's from Dallas, Texas. He's a district attorney, assistant district attorney.
Okay.
I saw a video, a Twitter thing for Bert Kreischer. Have you guys ever listened to Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
One of the funniest men alive. And someone said, Bert, you should have DDP on your show. And Bert wrote back, I'd love to have DDP on my show. So I followed him, and then I see there's a video of a guy when he's videoing himself with his shirt off. And
I wouldn't do that.
I'm just telling you he did. He's over 470 pounds.
Jeez.
You know what that does? Makes you seriously accountable. And he lost about 10 pounds on his own. And I saw that, and I reached out to him. I said, this guy's ready to put the work in. I know he doesn't know what I know. If I can give him my knowledge about the food, like if you knew what the food is that you ate, like you probably would shift some of the stuff way easier. But when you're not educated and you keep your head in the ground, like every American should have to watch Food Inc. and Genetic Roulette. You watch those 2 shows, you'll never look at food the same way again. Now, if we're in France or Italy, no big deal.
Right.
But here, with what they've done with genetically changing our food
GMOs,
and all the pesticides on everything, like you gotta know. So I just shared that knowledge with them. Bottom line is, 1 year to the day, came down, he came in for the filming of where he was going to be at my DDP Yoga Performance Center, which is right here outside of Atlanta, called Smyrna. We filmed him. He was 198 pounds down.
Wow.
1 year.
Unbelievable.
That's insane.
1 year.
That's incredible. Year to lose that much weight healthy and naturally.
Healthy.
Right.
Like, that's not good. Like, yes,
no,
it
is good. Yeah.
He's eating real food and he's exercising.
That's not getting your stomach stapled.
Right. No, you don't have to do that. Yeah. But the people who do that, okay, that's cool. Now you need DDPY more than ever because you just cut open your core.
Right. So I can eat chicken and greens every day?
Every day.
3 days a week?
Organic.
Rice.
Go to Costco. Costco, that guy is a celiac. I've never met him. A celiac means you can't eat any shit. Yeah. You can't eat any.
Like you can't drink beer.
You can't drink beer either.
Right.
No, you can. a gluten-free beer.
Oh.
There is a beer, and if you're a beer drinker like I was and now am again, it's called Duradam.
Okay.
It's from Spain. It's the best beer you will ever drink. I mean, I love it, man.
Duradam.
Yeah.
Duradam. It's a red label.
Spanish beer.
Yeah, Spanish beer.
I like it.
And healthy.
Well, DDP, I'm going to let you get back to your salad.
Is that because I just said a curse word?
No.
Well, he's also got the book out. We got to give the.
Oh, wait. Positively Unstoppable, The Art of Owning It. Go to Amazon. My book, I'm publishing people like, you can't just send people to Amazon. You got to tell them it's available at all bookstores. No, because your placement sucks. I'm going to Amazon and letting them get the book for $16.
And you know what?
You know?
Nobody's going to tell you otherwise.
All right. But
who's going to walk up to you and say, hey,
hold on,
you got to do it our way?
On his way out, little superstar Billy Graham. I'm telling you, it's the greatest impression you're ever going to hear of a wrestler.
Brother, you just don't know, brother. You know, when I was in there with Dusty, it was a tower of power. The man of the hour was too sweet to be sour, brother. He tried to get funky like a monkey on me, and I gave him the quick left and the second right, and then Dusty dropped the big elbow and said, "You know, D, when I was getting ready for this match with Superstar." You know, I hit the gym, and I really worked hard. Well, that's a lie. I went and I drank some beer, and I got in the fight, and I got ready for it, and I whooped his ass.
He's the founder of DDP
Unbelievable.
Yoga,
Yes, sir.
WWE Hall of Famer Diamond Dallas Page.